my sophomore year, I attempted suicide because of bullying. When I woke up in the hospital, the first thing I noticed was the ceiling. White and plain and completely ordinary. The kind of ceiling you'd never look at twice under normal circumstances. I stared at it for a long time because it was something to focus on while the rest of reality arrived in pieces. The beeping monitor, the IV in my arm, my mother's hand wrapped around mine so tightly it was like she was holding me to the earth by force. She wasn't wrong to hold on that hard. My name is Dominic. I'm 26 now, living in Chicago, working in peer counseling, and I'm telling this story because silence almost killed me once, and I have no interest in giving it another opportunity. Sophomore year started the way most things that destroy you start, gradually, and then all at once. I was 15, quiet, artistic, the kind of kid who drew in the margins of notebooks and preferred two close friends to a crowd. I wasn't visibly different in any dramatic way. I didn't have a label yet for what made me feel like I existed slightly sideways from everyone else. But somehow, the way teenagers sense these things with a cruelty that feels almost supernatural, a group of boys in my grade decided I was worth targeting. It started with words, hallway comments, laughter engineered specifically to reach me, the kind of low-grade daily humiliation that people who haven't experienced it tend to minimize. Just ignore it, toughen up, it's just words. But words spoken every single day by multiple people in every environment you cannot escape have a compounding effect. They stop being words eventually. They start becoming the voice in your own head, the one that speaks loudest at night. By October, I had stopped eating lunch in the cafeteria. By November, I was fabricating illnesses to avoid school. By December, I had built an internal world so dark and exhausted that I genuinely could not locate a single reason to keep carrying the weight of existing inside it. I didn't tell anyone. Not my parents, who I was terrified of frightening, not my two friends, who I'd slowly stopped responding to, not a single adult in a building full of people whose literal job included watching for exactly what was happening to me. The night it happened was a Tuesday. Nothing specific triggered it. That's what people don't understand. Sometimes there's no dramatic final straw. Sometimes you just reach the bottom of something you've been quietly emptying for months. The hospital was 3 days. The aftermath was years. My parents were devastated in the particular way of people who love you completely and still somehow missed it, and have to live with that. My mother barely slept for weeks after. My father, a man who expressed emotion approximately never, sat beside my bed and cried without covering his face, which was the most frightening and necessary thing I'd ever seen him do. Therapy started immediately. My therapist was a man named Dr. Osei, who had the gift of asking questions that opened doors rather than closing them. He didn't treat me like a problem to be solved. He treated me like a person who had been carrying something too heavy alone for too long. Recovery was not linear. There were months that were genuinely good and months that pulled me backward. I changed schools junior year, a decision my parents made quickly and without hesitation when I finally told them the full extent of what had happened. The new school was not magic, but it was different, and different was enough to begin with. I'm 26 now. I counsel teenagers in a community center on the north side of Chicago. Some of them arrive looking exactly like I looked at 15, hollowed out, unreachable, exhausted by a world that hasn't shown them yet why staying is worth it. I sit with them and I don't pretend it's simple. I just tell them what nobody told me when I needed it most, that the ceiling you wake up staring at after surviving the worst night of your life, that's not an ending. That's the first morning of something else entirely.